Hey Dorlac, you know what? I am so excited to bring this recipe to you guys. It is a wonderful recipe that has been handed down through our family line. And I tell you, I think you're gonna like it. It's called Turkey Burger Surprise. It is so delicious. What I want to show you are the ingredients. We use all the different natural products that you can get right in the store. Carrots, red onions, the blades of the onion, which look like this. You just chop them up and you just leave them like that. We have oatmeal. This is a healthy diet burger. You have parsley right here. All the parsley is grounded very fine so that when it goes in the meat you don't even know it's there. These are the oats that are the whole grain oats. They're very thick, coarsely grounded. We use fresh eggs, as you can see here. Turkey meat. And our spices, we use ground white pepper, which is really fine. We use paprika. We use pepper. We have paprika. We have curry powder, olive oil, and I have a secret blend of herbs that you can just do yourself. They give it a little more zest. And we have our barbecue sauce, a little bit of salt that we have, and we also have a little bit of my barbecue seasoning. You can pick this up at any grocery store, barbecue seasoning. And this is a little something special to give it a little bit of zing. It's just a little bit of that Texas rub. Here we have the ground turkey. You just take it and you slowly kind of break down any of the little lumps and bumps that you get in here, because you're going to want it to be nice and broken up good. There you have it. Now we're going to start by adding our eggs. You break your eggs up just like that. We're going to use 3 eggs in this. This is about, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, this is about a pound of ground turkey. Okay? Finely ground turkey. And then you put your eggs here in a bowl. You get your utensils. And what you're going to actually do is you're going to beat those eggs up just a little bit, just like that. Just enough so that you get it really blended together and you don't have the different colors running all over. That's pretty good. Okay, not quite beat up real good, but just enough to break them down and mix them. Next, what we're going to do, let me throw these eggshells out a second. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take the ground turkey here and we're going to get ready to start to add our ingredients. We're going to add the oats right here. It's better to cook with your hands. That's what I remember a lot of cooks do. You add a little bit at a time. Put your bowl back down. You add a little bit of the parsley flakes, and they're nice and dry and they're coarsely ground. You put it down. You add some of the white flour, which is about a tablespoon, but we're not going to use that much. And you just kind of use about 2 pinches, 2 to 3 pinches of the white pepper. Now, incidentally, white pepper is better than black pepper if you guys cannot, if your doctor tells you not to use black pepper, because black pepper is considered an ingredient that could irritate your tummy if it's used too much. And you just start taking it and mixing it in. The ground turkey and all the herbs are going together. You know, the smell is really starting to work its way through here. I mean, I can smell that, and it smells so fresh, just like when I was a little girl and my mother would be in the kitchen cooking. And I just love that smell. It was like everything's gonna be all right, you know. It's just one of those type of meals, you know. And you just take it, and we're gonna start adding the egg now. Oops. And you take it and you just pour some of the egg through. There you go. Add a little bit more of the oats. Gonna add some more of those there like that. Okay. You're gonna take some more of your parsley and you're gonna add that in there like that. You know, I love the way the mixtures feel on your hands. It just feels so good. And to think that this is something that is gonna be all delicious, ready to eat in a few minutes, I just can't hardly wait. Now you take some of your paprika and you add about that much. This is the way my grandmother used to cook. You take it in your hand like that, and that looks about like a teaspoon. You just dump that like that. And then we're going to add one more. That's about 2 teaspoons. There you go. You add it. And then you're going to put the curry powder, just like this. This is the way a lot of the Indian people measure, is just by like this. Then you take that. This is curry powder, and curry powder, it is so rich. And just look at that. Curry powder does a lot of stuff to speed up the metabolism. And so therefore you don't have to worry about getting a little bit too much of there, because it's actually doing your body good, you know. It's just so good for you. That's why a lot of the Indian dishes, when they call for curry powder, I just swarm to the table because I love what it does for you. This is the secret herbs I was telling you about that I like to use as well. And oops, I got one that wasn't open. I buy a lot of these when I catch them like that. Now you just take the secret herbs, which has onions, parsley, garlic, and all those seasonings together, and just be experimental. Add it to your own flavor, but I usually add about 2 or 3 tablespoons of that. So I need just a little bit more. There, that's it. 2 or 3 tablespoons of that, and you just add that in like that, and you start to mixing it. Okay. And we have to add the black pepper. Just a tad of black pepper is going to go in this. This is the coarsely ground black pepper. You see how it's coarsely? It's not blended like that white pepper we had. And you just add about that much, okay? That's about it. And you just sprinkle that straight through there. Okay? The paprika, you're going to add about a teaspoon of that. There you go. That's about a teaspoon and a half, okay? Now you're done with that. You set that aside. And the barbecue seasoning, I like that because it adds a little something like, that's why I call it turkey burger surprise, because this adds a really good flavor to it, and it has that smoke flavor that just goes all through the meat, and it's so good. And I just love that smoky flavor. So you take that and put that there. Now we're going to have the, this is the rub sauce, the rub powder. You just take about that much and you dump that through there. Now you see why I call it turkey burger surprise, right? It's going to be really, really good. I cannot wait. And then you start mixing all of these ingredients together. Oh my goodness. Woo! Talk to me, sweetie. And it's starting to really get mushy there, so you want to really keep it going. And you got some more of the, you added about, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, mention the oats. You're actually adding about a cup of oats to this meal. Now some of you can vary it back and forth, but I would say this is about enough of that oatmeal right there. You're using about a cup of oatmeal. Oops. And then you're going to add just a little bit more of the parsley, and you're done with the seasoning herbs and the oatmeal. So you mix all this together, and once that's all thoroughly mixed, then we're going to be ready to get ready to cook these little babies up on top of the stove. And I want you to remember that you have to have a cup of water, about a cup and a half to 2 cups of water in a bowl ready for this when you start cooking it on the stove, okay? Now we got that all mixed up. Let me take the seasoning herb and put it over here. Okay, and we almost forgot our salt. Now the salt is important because on the salt we want to be very careful, because a lot of salt-free, low salt diets out there. I don't want to over salty that. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon of salt only to this whole entire mixture, and that will be plenty of salt, along with all the other herbs that you saw. The salt-free herb which I used right here, that is salt-free, is only natural herbs that are in here. So I'm very lenient on the salt, and the salt varies. You want to add the rest of the 3 eggs that we have there. And I always like to get all of that egg mixture out because it's important to try to make sure all of that egg is in there, because it's not good to waste your eggs and stuff. You want to put it in the middle. So then you start to mix the rest of the egg together. Oh yes, wow, that feels so good. Can't believe I can't have a facial or something out of this. I don't know how that would look going on my face, you know? Just lay back and enjoy the meatloaf, right? The smell is just so good. Now you see how good that looks? Smells like a thick meatloaf that my mother used to make. Now you just take that and you just turn it and you get it all thoroughly through there. It's all about ready now. Okay, a lot of the good recipes and the healthy recipes are now calling for no flour, because a lot of the flour is just too blocking. But this here is a natural recipe that has the wholesome ingredients in it, which you know that we put in parsley, oatmeal, and all those natural herbs. So now we're going to turn our oven on, our stove, and we're going to start it on high. I've already got some oil in the skillet. There, you can see that. And we're going to get that skillet pretty hot. This is the kind of oil I like to use, which is a very good virgin olive oil. And we've added to the skillet about 2 teaspoons. You can add a little bit more, but what we're getting ready to do is we're going to put the... I want to wash my hands here. I don't like to have my hands dirty. What we're going to do is we're getting the skillet nice and hot, and we'll be able to get ready to put the burgers there. This should give you at least 3 to 4 to 5 good size burgers, turkey burgers, okay? So that skillet is actually starting to make that little twinkling sound. Can you hear that? Now that's telling you it's hot enough. What we're going to do now is we're going to turn the stove down to a little lower temperature, because we don't want it to burn the meat.